Can you hear that noise? That's the sound of loads of FPL managers transferring Gyokeres straight into their FPL teams. Why? Because he is £9 million, and that is lower than we were expecting. So many were thinking maybe 10, maybe 9.5, but 9 million for Gyokeres, who's going to be on penalties at Arsenal. Boy, is that good value, and he's going to be a popular pick. Yes, Arsenal have tricky fixtures to start the season, but this is an out-and-out goal scorer, a player that surely Arteta and a profile that Arteta has wanted since he arrived at Arsenal. We've seen Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, even Alex Moreno try and play the number 9 role. They now have someone that's going to clock good numbers, and boy, is he going to be popular. In today's show, we're going to be having a look at some of Gyokeres' numbers and how he's going to fit in. Hit that like button if you fancy, and please do subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. So many new channel subscribers coming on board, and boy, have I got some good pre-season content planned for you, including some interviews with some of the world's best managers. So I did poll this, and to be fair, the vast majority did say 9 million. 51% said that he'd cost 9 million. A lot more did think he'd be more expensive than that. He's been priced, I thought, as though he'd be on penalties. Now, he is on penalties, I think, and Arteta has hinted at that. We'll get to his quote in a minute, but he is an out-and-out goal scorer. Now, many will say, don't look at his numbers from Portugal because it's a second-rate league and blah, blah, blah. Well, let me give you his Champions League comparison with Isak. Last season, 8 games in the Champions League, playing at the top level, 7 goals, goal returns, it's per 90 over a goal involvement a game. 5 games for Isak, 1 goal involvement. Yeah, okay. Nations League, 4 games for Isak with 5 involvements, 6 games for Gyokeres with 13. So again, when they play for Sweden, when they play in the Champions League, Gyokeres is beating Isak numbers. He's going to be an absolute talisman for this Arsenal team. Now, when we look at the year gone, and of course, this is club and country, and this is a lot in Portugal, he's put up in 2024 so many big numbers. 62 goals in total. Haaland 49, Kane 46, Lewandowski, Jonathan David. He's blown everyone out the water. I know he's playing in an easier league than these guys, but a lot of these goals are for Sweden, and a lot of these goals are in Champions League as well. When we look at his top line info, like we know he's been around the houses and we know we've seen Gyokeres playing at Coventry and Brighton, he's a bit of a late bloomer. Like when we look at him and think, oh, at 27 years old, I guess now you're hitting your peak. And that's what Arsenal have done. They've gone and bought someone that's not one for the future. He needs to hit the ground running now. So does he start game week 1 with such a small amount of time with the Arsenal team? I think he probably does. I think he's got long enough to work his way into that 11 pre-season. We're going to get some minutes from him. It is worth noting Arsenal are right at the bottom of the ticker. And I guess that's the annoying thing about this. Like we all see Gyokeres and we go, we probably want him in our teams, but is he someone we're going to be buying straight away? Or is he someone that we're probably going to have to wait and see on? I just wonder if he's someone that we're going to have to wait and see on because the fixtures aren't there straight away. But the price is absolutely there. And I think in these fixtures, he still scores goals. Let's not see Man United and go, that's a tricky fixture game week 1. It's not really anymore. It's a good-ish fixture. Leeds is an outstanding fixture. And then look, Liverpool, Forest City is a tough run of 3 games. There's no denying that. But are we talking about Arsenal that a team can score goals in these games? Yes, they can. Although in the big games against Liverpool and Man City, often Arteta has quite low-scoring affairs. You see 0-0s, you see 1-1s. He makes Arsenal very hard to beat, and it's defence first. The first couple of games of the season, Man United Leeds, I can see Arsenal scoring 4 or 5 goals in those 2 fixtures in total. It's going to be tricky because the price point has now tempted us. 9 million is cheaper than we thought, cheaper than I thought. 50% of Twitter, to be fair, did think 9 million. I thought he was going to come in a little bit more expensive than that. So look, fair play. I want to read you the quotes, though, from Arteta, because Arteta has spoken about Gyokeres off the back of his announcement and sort of spoken about the idea of penalties as well. Now, he says, I'm sure that we will step in and they will allow him to do so, that he'll step in and allow him to do so. I take pens. Because as you say, he's been very consistent and he scored many goals, but we have other penalty takers too, really good ones as well. So they will resolve it themselves. And if not, I will intervene in the right moment. Is Saka going to give him up? Is Gyokeres going to take that responsibility as the main goal scorer in the team? Absolutely. Now, Gyokeres' penalty record is supreme. Saka's is good. Saka's role in the team isn't just to score goals. Gyokeres is. Saka's also given them up to Odegaard. I am 90% confident when I say this. If Saka and Gyokeres are on the pitch at the same time, the first penalty of the season will go to Gyokeres. And because of that, that makes 9 million a brilliant, brilliant price point. I think loads are going to be bringing it into their teams. I think if he'd come in at 10, his ownership would be like 10%. At 9.5, I think his ownership would be like 20%. At 9 million, we're going to see like 30% plus ownership, I think, on Gyokeres. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments what you think. But I completely get it. And the big, big tempter, if he does hit the ground running in game week 1, will be to bring him in or own him or even captain him for that Leeds match in game week 2. Because when we look at the captaincy matrix for game week 2, we see straight away when we think captaincy, we think Haaland, we think Salah, we think Isak if you own him, we think Cole Palmer. Now, Haaland plays Tottenham. It's okay, but Frank, they might be a better Tottenham this year. Salah plays Newcastle. Isak, if he's at Newcastle, plays Liverpool or also plays Newcastle. Palmer goes to West Ham. That's an all right game, to be fair. But Arsenal play Leeds at home. First game of the season at the Emirates, game week 2, Arsenal versus Leeds at home. If you own Saka, if you own Gyokeres, you're probably going to captain them, and that will be a tempter for so many. Let me know if you're going to now put him into your teams. I opened this video with, hear the sound of that. That's loads of managers bringing him in. I think it genuinely might be. So that's where I'm at, guys. Is he going to be in my game week 1 team? I need to do some planning. I must admit, I had him in my head as 9.5, 10, and therefore probably a non-starter. Now he's 9. Of course, I'm going to be playing around with it. By the way, this ticker's from Scout. There's a QR code if you want to check it out. It's 47% off memberships for Scout. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I think there's a chance I bring him in. I'm probably at like 20, 30% because I've not fully thought about it. I need to see him pre-season. I need to see him minutes. I need to hear more from Arteta. But Gyokeres at 9 million is a proper tempter. Guys, thank you for watching. There'll be another video out tomorrow with someone that's won FPL revealing his team on this channel. Hit the notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss that video. Bye-bye.